I was at this event the other day. When I showed up, they said I had only 30 minutes to get in and set up, and then 30 minutes to tear down and leave. I know, that's got a guy that told me that the other day, and he's like, what am I supposed to do when that sort of thing happens? That's just ridiculous. And I say, you're right. Hi, I'm Bill. This is Creative License, and thanks for being a part of the Dog and Pony Show I put on every week. Be nice to the sponsors who make this possible. People like Electro Voice, DJ Event Planner, Disc Jockey News, Perfect Portals, the entertainment experience. I got, whatever. I probably, you know what they are. Okay. So setting up, I only got 30 minutes. Okay. So that does suck, and that's not right. But there is something that anybody who's faced with that usually, hasn't done beforehand, which is, check in with the venue, do a venue check-in, stop by and see what it's like there. Talk to your client about these questions are questions that you obviously didn't ask before you got there. And if in fact you need more than 30 minutes to set up, holding tight to what you need is just as important as the cake person saying they need a certain way and a certain thing so they can deliver as well. I think over the years, DJs especially, we have been treated like second-class citizens by venues and other vendors for so long, and we've gone, well, okay, we only got 30 minutes, I guess we'll figure it out. Or we have to be set up in another room 2 stories below where dinner's going to be to have a dance. So I guess that's where we're going to be. I guess we'll just see how it goes. And we've just said yes. Or we've shown up and we've had situations like a 30-minute setup or 20 seconds to get the heck out of the building or we get charged, or just things that they want to throw at us that they make our problem. Now, if you want to take it out as your problem, good for you. We're good at that. Over the years, we are really good at fixing the problems that are happening when we arrive, because the venue or the caterer or the florist or the designer has said, well, I can't do anything about that. You're going to have to make the DJ do this. You're going to have to make the DJ do that, because I'm not going to make changes to my service. So he certainly should make changes to his. It's wrong. It's not cool. But many of us have done that to ourselves, because over the years, we haven't put our foot down and said, no, that's not cool. We wouldn't do that to you. Why would you do that to us? And if you're not setting a time to go over things well ahead of time, and then you show up in the day and then find out that there are problems, well, that's kind of on you, right? I mean, you didn't collaborate. You didn't check in. You didn't give the other vendors a chance to figure this out with you so that nobody had to suffer, so that no service had to show up less than because another one ignored what was necessary for another. You wouldn't do that to catering. You wouldn't do that to the venue, even though I know there's been DJs that have done that. They've shown up and made it difficult for the other vendors to make their jobs work. But those people stand up for themselves. And if you're not standing up for yourself, I'm just saying, please do, okay? Please. You don't have to be a jerk, okay? But there is a certain way that things have to be for you to be able to deliver. Just like there's a certain way that things have to be for the caterer to be able to deliver their meal on time. Okay, if you get in the way of that, well, you haven't talked to them and they haven't worked it out with you. They get to blame you? Well, yeah, if you don't know any different, guess what? You're going to get blamed. So don't. Look, you're just as important or more important than any other vendor in the facility. But if you do not take on that responsibility and meet with those other vendors, listen to the issues, figure out how your timeline is going to work with theirs so that everything works out great, so that you're set up where you're supposed to, so that you have time to set up and tear down. If you haven't done the work, then you get what you get and you don't have a fit. Sucks, but that's kind of what happens, right? All right, that's what I got for you this week. This is Bill. This is Creative License, and I'll see you next time.